Start again. I love the idea of doing a chazara. I actually, we'll speak at all the points as we do it together. Let's begin from the bottom of Lamed Hey Amud Aleph. Gufa, Nachamal, about 8 lines in the wide lines. Amar Ravasi, Esrig Shal Meiser Sheni, Ledivri Rabbi Meir, Ein Adim Yotzei Chavasa B'Yamtiv, Derech Chachamim, Adim Yotzei Chavasa B'Yamtiv. So there's a one Yisoid, one din, and that din is, what is the status of Meiser Sheni? We know the din of Meiser Sheni is you have to eat it in Yerushalayim. Question is, when you eat it in Yerushalayim, is it yours or is it Hashem's? Says Rameir, Ein Adam Yatzei Chavasa B'Yamtiv. It is not yours, it is Hashem's. Derech Chachamim, you're yes Yotzei. Din number 2, Matzah Shal Meiser Sheni Rameir, Ein Adam Yatzei Chavasa B'Pesach. Derech Chachamim, Adam Yatzei Chavasa B'Pesach. And finally, din number 3, Isa Shal Meiser Sheni, a dough, Divri Ameir, Petura Min Achala, the Divri Chachamim, Chayeves Bechala. So 3 dinim, 1 Yisoid. What is that Yisoid? The Meiser Sheni, according to Rameir, is not yours. It's Hashem's. He allows you to eat it in Yerushalayim.
When the Gemara starts a kasha with Gufa, what is it?
No. Gufa's not a kasha. Start again. Gufa just means the text. Gufa, the guf, the body. Gufa just means we are re-quoting something we said before. It's a re-quote, it's a restart, it's almost a good Rebbe starts off a shir. Let me tell you what we're about to talk about. We spoke about it yesterday. Okay, today's a new day. Start again. That's all Gufa is. So we relay down the brisa, end of brisa. Now, Maskif la Rav Papa, based off of that brisa, asks Rav Papa the following. Bishlam, I understand Isa do. Why you're potter from Chala, because Ksiv says in the Pasik, Rishis Arisa Yisechem. It has to be your dough in order to be Chayiv in Chala. And if it's not your dough, whose dough is it? Is God's. You're potter from Chala. Esr Gnami, Ksiv Lachem. It has to be your Esr Mishalachem. It's not yours, it's God's. Ela Matzah asks the Gemara, Mi Ksiv Matzaschem. So what's the problem? It says, no. Esrig, it says Lochem, which we're learning means Mishel Lochem. Says it once. Matzah asks the Gemara, Mi Ksiv, does it say Matzaschem? It doesn't. So why does matzah have to be yours? Answers the Gemara, Amar Rabba bar Shmuel v'Itim Ravima bar Shamaya, Asya lechem. Gzeir Shava. Gzeir Shava means, just in very simplistic terms, when the same word is used by the Torah in 2 different places, we connect the 2 and we allow the dinim to flow from one into the other and back and forth. So it says the Gemara, Ksiv says over here by matzah lechem oini, the poor man's bread. Uksiv hasam, and it says by the chiyuv of chala v'haya, and it shall be ba'achal chem, when you eat mi lechem haaretz. So we see that same word lechem malahalon, just like halon literally means above, but malahalon, just like by this din of chala mishel lachem, it has to be yours. V'loy mishel meiser, it can't be meiser, it can't be anything else. It has to belong to you. Afkan, so too when it comes to matzah mishel lachem v'loy mishel meiser. Period. So we have again one din. What's the one din? Chala, matzah, esrog has to be yours. Therefore, if it is meiser sheni, it's not yours. Why is it not yours? According to Rameir, very good. According to Rameir, because according to Rameir, it's Hashem's. So you can't be yotzi, you don't think of chala, etc. Period. Meiser sheni, you eat in Jerusalem. So it's a fascinating entity. Are you allowed to eat it? Yes. But it's not yours. It's Hashem's. It's mamish like Shabbos Kodesh. Shabbos Kodesh, the food's not yours. It's Hashem's. Hashem allows you to eat it. He pays for it. He allows you to eat it. No. All other food, we attribute that it came from Hashem. But Lamaisi, now it's yours. I had to pay for it. Shabbos, I don't have to pay for it. Shabbos comes free. Shabbos is on God's credit card.
That's right, you get paid back.
Better believe it. Lema, Messiah, actually working on a new Shabbos initiative, but not for right now. That was one of my many phone calls on the road. Lema Misayele. Just heard about it.
Drop a ball.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Never Shimshin. Never Shimshin. Never Shimshin. Never Shimshin. Working on it. Working on it. Working on it. Maybe to include the woman. There's someone else's initiative that he's trying to get a lot of people involved in. The Shabbos people, the same people like that they're about to start dropping a leaflet into the Art Scrolls weekly, all about Shabbos, and they're pumping Shabbos all over the world. So their newest shtickle is that they're getting Nefesh Shimshins at penny cost for anyone who wants to join. And they're getting people to create a chabura, so they're doing it officially for the woman, for the
I
men.
find out much
Oh,
before, but I thought they were doing that.
Right.
Finally graduated.
Right.
They did a see them that.
Right. So that's what this thing is. And exactly how to do it officially. They're doing it for women. I don't know why it has to be women. I think it could be families. Like God, I called the guy and he told me happens to be we have people that are doing families, so it could really be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we'll do maybe like a Zoom, like a Wednesday, Thursday night, whoever wants. Then the beauty is that he sends out beautifully written up talking points, like little blurbs that they write up. So like you listen, you read it, you read a few pages, you discuss a few pages, then it's like, discuss around the table a few points. So that was 47 minutes off the press. You heard it here first. But either way, why do we just talk about Shabbos? Oh, because Shabbos belongs to Hashem's. Shabbos belongs to him. You hit pause. There you go. There you go. Lema Misayeya Le. Okay, so we have one din. One din. Says the Gemara, let's bring her out. This is the one point which, I'll be honest, it is a confusing point. I did look it up. It is confusing. I actually asked other people. It's not Gishmak. Some every Gemara speak Gishmak. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the way it is. This is Shas. Oh, Lema Misayele. We just said one din. What was the din?
The mayor.
Rameir holds that Meiser Sheni belongs to Hashem. And we have three applications of that din. Shabbos. Nope. Challah. Matzah. Esrog. Thank you. Says the Gemara, let's bring a raya. We have a brisa. The brisa says, Isa ado shal meiser sheni b'tur min achala devi Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir himself says it's pater from chala. Chamar m'chayem is b'chala. A beautiful raya. The truth is, the Gemara could have stopped here, and we'd all be happy people. We started off the day with Rav Asi. Let's remember we said Gufa. Rav Asi said Lidivri Rameir. According to the sheet of Rameir, what's the sheet of Rameir? That the item of Meiser Sheni belongs to Hashem, is potter from Chala, cannot be used as an Esther, cannot be used for matzah. The Gemara says Lema Misayele, a brisa that explicates perfectly this din. And we could have stopped here. But the Gemara is bothered that it's just too perfect. And I saw someone who said as follows: Lema means shall we say. Whenever Shas uses the word Lema Misayele, it's always right. It's always like, can we say that this is a raya? So says the Gemara, you could, it's too perfect. Says the Gemara, Lema Misayele, it's mamish the same thing. So now the Gemara just comes to prove why it's not exactly the same thing. That's all the Gemara is doing right now. Ella answers the Gemara, that it is a lema misayele. Why is it a lema misayele? Because it's not perfect. Why is it not perfect? Because, says the Gemara, because in the brisa we just quoted was Isa of Meiser Sheni, Petura Menachela, just by Isa. Wait, we have three dinim. So who says that the brisa that says one din of dough could apply to the other two? That's the lema. The lema is, we have a riot to Isa, doesn't apply to the other two. Now, is there a reason for it not to apply? Of course, there's a reason. That's the lema. So the Gemara's answer is why it's a lema. Now, is it yeah or is it not? That's open-ended. The Gemara doesn't say that. But that's why it's a lema. Should we say, let's read it together. Do we say, just like they argue by the dough, they also argue by everything? Again, lema misayele. It's by one. It's also the other two. Or I'll tell you a svar that it could be different. Maybe shiny Isa, maybe a dough is special. Maybe only a dough has this unique din that if it belongs to Meiser Sheni, you cannot use it and it's pater from Chala. Why? The Amar Kra says the Torah, Arisei Sechem, Trei Zimni. Says the Torah, the word Arisei say, Chem, your dough, two times. Now, Rav Surli had a beautiful kasha. It's a wonderful kasha. And if it said it 3 times, what's this, like a number game? What's the difference? Shem says, no, meaning, let me explain. Shem says your esrog has to be yours. It's mine. The dough has to be yours. Torah says, I get it, it has to be yours. Okay, it's yours.
We established that we're making a limud from the
Good.
right? So that's
Good.
Is
Good. What's that? Yeah.
And now I see the same Lashon twice.
Good.
I'm forgetting Lashon, but
Yeah.
but if it be Mamai,
Oh, so you're saying yes. You're good. I'll tell you. I'll explain. I want to see if Renach is even good answer. I want to explain it. I'll see why I don't think you're right, but it's a very good answer. It's a very good answer. Let's get there. Yeah, no, 100%. Let's get there.
So the
Yeah.
Twiggies, was that to show that they're together?
Oh, so let's speak it out.
Just like we do this by
Let's speak it out. Elabidaha bligi b'hanami bligi. With this, they argue, meaning Rameir and the Chachamim argue by Meiser, argue by Isa, by Ado, by Chala. They also argue by Matzah and by Esrog. It's all one. No, just by Chala. Why? Because it says Arisei 2 times, and by Esrog it only says it once. End of Gemara. Let's just fill out the Gemara, then I'll explain what Rav Neich is saying. Lema Misaeli now makes sense. Should we say it's a raya? Maybe yeah, maybe no. What's the yeah? Because why not? It says by one, it applies to all. Or maybe this is unique there. So Rav Shili's asking, we say 2 times, who cares? Neich is suggesting there's a cloud called Shnei Ksuvim Abayim Ke'echad Ein Melamdin. It's a big machlekes all over Shas.
That's about Esrog.
Oh.
Only Lachem once.
So that's good. So that's
there, sure, but that's Lachem over there.
no. He's saying something else. He's saying 2 versus 1. He's saying 2 versus 1.
It says one.
Good. Very good. So that is what the Gemara's teretz is.
So that in ours.
That is the Gemara's teretz. That Arisei Seichem is 2 times versus maybe Alachem is 1 time. So I'm asking, and Shirley's asking Akasha, who cares? It says once. It says once. It says it's yours. It's yours. Who cares? So the answer could be, yeah, that doesn't make a difference. The Torah says it 2 times.
It's talking about.
It doesn't make a difference. Each time it has. No, but that's every drush we learn from the Torah. So let's say maybe it's together.
You have Lachem only once. It means even though it's not really yours, but it's yours enough to be able to do.
Yeah, but then it says Lechem. Again, these are drushes. No, so we don't say Shnei Ksuvim Kechen Ein Melamdin. That's a unique one of the Yud Gimel Midas of Rabbi Yishmael that officially we say every single day, and that's only when it's a limud b'davka in the pasuk. It's not necessarily if it's a miyat from the word. Now, what I just said is complicated, and basically the answer is the Mefarshim explain when the Gemara says it, we say it. When the Gemara says it, we don't say it. But you are correct. Where Rav Neich is being a raya, and that really, that's what he's answering. That I do agree to. Is that we see a precedent that 2 could be different. Very good. That I'm asking. 100%. Sometimes you can learn it. Very good. Okay, let's move on. Beautiful chazar. Shal truma tameya psula. This one's easy. The Mishnah said you're not allowed to take an esrog of truma tameya. What's the reason? To less beheter achila. You can't eat it. So this goes back. If you remember on Amud Aleph, very good. On Amud Aleph, we started this whole story of Arla's puzzle. Everyone agrees that not being able to eat it is a problem. Cause why it says lochem. Only Shaila was if it also has to be your mamlin. Beautiful. That was a chazar from Amud Aleph. Next, shal truma tahira lo yitel, said the Mishnah. This one was interesting. Don't take truma tahira, but if you took it, it's okay. What does that mean? Says the Gemara, Pliga bar Rav Ami v'Rav Asi. We have a machlekes. Chad Amar mipnei shem machshira. Because it literally machshira means it prepares it. Now, what in the world does that mean? Look at Rashi. Shemachshira, it prepares it. Likabel toma, to accept toma. What does that mean? So we have to know one very basic thing about toma v'tayra. If I have an apple, if I have an orange, if I have any single fruit in the world sitting on this table, and it was just picked, and it is sitting on this table, and I am tamei, and I touch the apple, and I touch the orange. Is the apple and orange tamei? It's a trick question. Don't answer. The answer is no. Why is it not tamei? I'm tamei, and I touch the fruit. The answer is a necessary prerequisite to make something susceptible in our girls' terms. Mukhshar, prepared, likabel tumat, except tumah. That is, the item has to become wet. Pasuk in the Torah, we learned this out from. Dry items can never be kabel tumah. Now, it doesn't mean. This is actually where it comes from. The original makar of washing fruit is for this reason. Now, it's a little bit complicated because 42 different reasons, because by the time we get them, they're whatever. But either way, in the world of Tumah V'Tayra, if you went to a tree and you picked off an apple till that apple becomes wet, it cannot become tummy. But now, once it becomes wet, I don't care if you dry it. It has to once upon a time have become wet. If you want to look at Rashi for 1 second,
Well, when it rains,
Rashi says, now, one second, I'm sorry. So what does that have to do with an asterisk?
rain doesn't.
So they used to, rain doesn't count because it's on the tree. They used to, depends when it's ready, maybe if it's ripe, right? They used to take esrogim and dip them into water. Why? Wonderful question, but that is what they did. It could be similar, you know,
You shouldn't eat it.
what's it could be, you know, like everyone has their own mahalchim, how to keep their lulav fresh. You know, the paper towel, the aluminum foil, the bucket of water. So they did the same thing with esrogim. They would keep it in water. Okay, kacha, let's leave it. What's I was saying? What's saying? Let's leave it. So what does that do with our Gemara now?
Well, we said asteroid grows all types of wood.
Well, that's how it grows originally, but now good. So now, says the Gemara, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Let's go back to the Gemara now. Says the Gemara, wait. So I have an item of truma, which is tahar. Okay. Now, what am I going to do with my esrog? I'm going to dunk it in water. The moment it's dunked in water, what's the halacha? It not tummy. It could become tummy. Good. If I use that esrog on yontif, what's going to happen? I could very quickly make it tummy. If I'm tummy, someone else tummy. Says the Gemara, you know why you shouldn't? Lichatchila. Remember, lo yito. Don't take it. If you took it, it's okay. You shouldn't take it because it's almost a safeguard to keep us one step away, very good, of making truma tamei. That is step number 1. Absolutely mayradik. It makes it susceptible to be makabel. And the second opinion says, because it ruins it. What ruins it? You have a beautiful, fresh, luscious esrog. And what happens by day number 8? Yeah, your fingerprints are on it, and it's a shtickle dented. The kid dropped it on the floor. This item is truma. You're causing truma to be lost. Something with sanctity. So 2 opinions. Why? Again, only lechatchila. If you took it, it's fine. Why? Because batim is a perfectly good fruit. Wonderful. Says the Gemara, my beinayu. What's the difference? Therefore, that's why lechatchila you shouldn't take it.
Because you might ruin it.
Because you might ruin it. That's it.
The Rashi says
It's a din dirabanan that you should not ruin it. And you're going to come to cause truma to get lost. Yes, if you want to look at Rashi, Rashi speaks it out. Va'asr lavsid truma, it's an isser, as we're about to see in a moment. Says the Gemara, my beinayu. What is the difference between these 2 opinions? Is this a debate in linguistics, a debate in just base medrash? Or is there a difference? Says the Gemara, I'll tell you the difference. Kigoin, for example, shekara, that you called aleha, upon it, shame, a name. What does that mean? That means you made it into truma, chutz, except for mikili pasa, the shell chitzoina, the outside shell. Classical Gemara teretz. Absolutely, yeah. There you go. Mekadosh Anisha with it. You made it to truma, except for the outside shell. Oh, gishmak. So Laman Damar, according to the first opinion, they shemak shira, because you make it susceptible and it might become tamei. Still might become tamei. Ika, you still have that concern. You shouldn't take it. Leman Dam they shemafsida, because you cause it to get lost. Leka, there's no concern. Why not? There's nothing to get lost. Because the outside shell, the outside layer is not truma. So who cares if the outside layer gets ruined? You didn't do anything wrong.
too deep into the taking, separating it.
Very good. So what do you see? Very good. So what's the answer? Good. What's the answer? The answer is before it became truma, there's no din how much truma I need to make.
Oh, but you
made it chutz. Chutz means I could say half this bottle of water is truma. Why? What do you mean? What about the other half?
Does the answer have If it doesn't have an
Oh, so the answer.
outside doesn't belong.
So the answer is how you're going to evaluate it. You're going.
You're saying
What,
internally you're going to make
yeah.
the inside of
Yes.
You're
Truma works. Whatever you say. For example, I could say the water is truma, not the cup. Well, what do you mean? It's all connected. No, it's not. I could say the inside layer of the fruit is. The outside layer is not.
I know there's any spills and whatever.
What do you say?
I can't, if
What is Chuma's benefit? You want to ask?
I'm a kind.
Yeah. Oh, it's very
The
simple.
outside is not.
No, it's Givaldic.
Access the truma part of it.
What are you doing with an asterisk in the first case?
The cup soul with the outside.
No, what are you doing with an asterisk in the first place? No, slow. It doesn't mean it just doesn't have kedusha. You can give it to the kain. It just doesn't have kedusha. It's beautiful. Yeah, he cuts it open and he makes his asterisk jelly. His wife, when she's pregnant, is diving into this asterisk with no big deal. Outside doesn't have kedusha. An absolutely beautiful invention.
Yeah, there's a tough bit on the base.
No.
Something transferred is not that doing.
No.
No.
The what?
Were you able to choose? What
Yeah.
was what?
Yeah, very good. 10 looking for this, 10 I believe this. Very good. Why are you thinking? Okay, Chaver Gavaldi. Let's stop here. Correct. Outside was never Chuma. What do you think?
What do you think?